I've been keeping an eye on that secondary market all week long, and these are the comic books you're going to want to add to your collection before it's too late. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am the host, C3. Today, before we get started, I want to make sure I take the opportunity to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. I definitely have to send out a gracious thank you to all our subscribers and all our new subscribers. Thank you very much. We continue to support this channel, and you guys continue to show me that you enjoy the content, which keeps giving me the motivation I need to move forward. All right? Today, I got a nice little list prepared for you guys, and you're going to want to jump on these comics because they're all showing significant gains. And even the one or two that isn't, it's the perfect opportunity for buying. So you guys know the routine. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely ring the bell. So every time I do a video, you guys will get that notification. All right? So the first book we're going to start off with is an honorable mention. And I have to mention this book because it was recommended by somebody who most of the community members are familiar with, and I'm talking about Jim's Comics. He is one of the most prolific speculation people in the community. I respect his opinion. He has just a knack for the hobby. He kind of reads and understands what may be coming in the future. I just love this guy, man. He does great work. His content is wonderful. If you haven't checked him out, please definitely find Jim's Comics and log on to that, man. He is excellent, man. He's a great teacher for the comic book community. All right? But the book I want to talk to you about, I heard him mention this book about 3 weeks ago, and I've been watching it ever since, right? And this book has seen significant gains ever since I heard him mention it. When he first mentioned it, there wasn't one book on eBay. Yes, I remember. I watched him. He said it when he pulled it out the stash. He displayed it. He was like, and you know Jim. Jim is like, and whatever you do, don't pay those stupid eBay prices, right? So I immediately go on eBay and I look for it. It's not up there. So slowly but surely, as time goes on, 1 day, 2 days, a week goes by, I start seeing 3 and 4 copies pop up. They're asking over $100. They're asking $100 and anywhere between $75 to $100 for a copy of the book, right? Now, fast forward to today, we can actually find this book for about average going cost at about $20, right? And I'm talking about Star Wars: The Force Awakens, issue number 4, and it is the first cameo and the first cover of the Knights of Ren. Yes. Yes. So this book has seen major gains since Jim has recommended it to the community. And I agree with him. Don't go crazy paying those high-priced eBay prices. Just be patient. You can still find this book in the dollar bin. Hit up a few LCSs and dig for it and see what you can find. At best, if you do have to spend for this on eBay, you can actually find some copies for about $35 to $40. And if you're looking for something even cheaper, I would actually direct you over to what is it? What's that other site where people are purchasing from? Macari, I believe it is. Is it Macari? Check Macari. And you could probably find one for about $25, $20 even, right? Because you don't have to go crazy just because, you know, the book has been speculated on and there's some first appearances and you think because of how the book of Boba Fett is going, leading into The Mandalorian, for those of us who have seen that last episode, definitely one of the best ones, right? And where they're going to go with this Star Wars series, right? So we're anticipating a lot going on, but don't move too fast, right? You don't have to go crazy. Don't let FOMO strike just yet, right? So speaking about this particular book, it was released September 14th, 2016. It is the first cameo and the first cover appearance of the Knights of Ren, right? The last recorded sale for this in a raw copy was $19.99. We see nice gains with this book. It is up 45.62%. That's fabulous. That's great. That shows that this book has movement, and there's still so much room to grow with this book. So you don't have to be afraid of missing out, right? The average graded sale, actually, there's not much information on the average graded sale for this book because it just started moving again, right? But keep your eyes peeled on this book. Watch this book and pay attention to how it moves. Graded sales have not really surfaced just yet, but the average sale for a raw copy is right around about $13.12 for a raw copy. The highest known sale for this copy was $19.99. All right. And we have a total of 59 raw copies that have been sold thus far that I could find. Right. So 59 raw copies that have sold. People are watching this book and people are purchasing this book. So just make sure that you're not paying crazy prices. I know that speculation counterpart is there where people they kind of get a little ahead of themselves, but just be patient on this book and just pick your poison wisely because you can definitely find this book for about $20. And if you're lucky, you hit up a LCS and do a little diving, you might find this book for like $3.40, like cover price. You might find this book for a little bit of nothing, right? So once again, this is my honorable mention. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, issue number 4. Shout out to Jim's Comics because he's the person who I heard it from first, and I just started watching it after that. All right? So good luck with that one. All right, so let's keep the ball moving, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to start at number 10, all right? This book is by Marvel, and the title of it is Strange Academy, and this is issue number 1, and I'm talking about that J. Scott Campbell, 1 in 25. It's a beautiful variant. Absolutely. That J. Scott Campbell, you can't go wrong with that, right? It was released March of 2020. The key factor of it is the first appearance of Emily Bright and everybody else from Strange Academy, right? The last recorded sale for this book in a 9.8 was $246.50, right? We're seeing pretty good gains with this book. The current trend for this book is up, and it's up 8.04%, with the average graded sale for a 9.8 being $248. And that's not a bad buy-in, right, for a 1 in 25. And it's a beautiful J. Scott Campbell cover, so you can't beat that, right? Average sale for a raw copy is $89.20. Again, I love where this book is at right now. This shows that the comic book community has some respect for what this book is doing. For the writers, for the creators of this book, Scotty Young and his team, the comic book community are really getting behind this book. The highest known sale for a graded 9.8 in this book was $281. And that was just back in January this year, 2022, right? So that wasn't too long ago. Somebody was more than willing to spend $281 on a 9.8 copy of this book. We have 379 raw copies that have been sold, and we have 230 graded copies that have been sold, for a total of 609 total copies sold in this book, right? Where fair market value has this book resting at $248, ladies and gentlemen. I just said a mouthful, right? I just said a mouthful. But that's a beautiful thing, man, because Strange Academy is one awesome read, man. It's just a beautiful book. It's opening up a whole new world, man, for a lot of new characters, a lot of new stories to be told, and it's a book that I can definitely get behind, and recommend, all right? And that's number 10. So, moving along to number 9. Number 9, ladies and gentlemen, this book is published by Boom Studios, and I'm talking about Something That's Killing the Children, issue number 1. Yes, we all know about this book. It was released September 4th, 2019, and it is the first appearance of Erica Slaughter. This book hit all the marks. This book hits all the marks. It's got a great story. It's got a manageable print run. Crazy 9.8 sales in this book, over $1,000, right? Grab this book because because there's still room for this book to grow. There's still room for growth with this book, especially seeing how we are starting to hear chatter about casting production, right? So you guys know when this book comes to the television or to the movie theater that this joint is going to be off the chain, man. This book is going to shoot through the roof, right? It's going to soar higher than ever, and we all know that. Last recorded sale for this book in a 9.8 was $811, and that was back January 28th of this year, right? Now, watch this. This book is currently trending down. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who've been with this book from the beginning, you guys remember what this book was going for last year, right? This book was on fuego. Like, this book was gasolinaed up. Like you couldn't get this book for less than $1,200, right? So this book is currently down right now, but it's not down a lot, but it's down enough to where somebody may be willing to pull the trigger right now. It's down 2.60%, right? Strike while the iron's cold. Always strike while the iron's cold. It's perfect buying opportunity. The average graded sale for a 9.8 is roughly about $843 right now at the moment. But again, we remember when this book was like $1,200, easy, man, right? Yeah, so now's a good opportunity. Average sale for a raw copy, $496 right about now. $496, and that's not bad. This book is just starting to come down. Like, that's a beautiful thing, right? I encourage you, if you've been wanting to get your hands on this book, now seems like a good time to strike, right? The highest known graded sale for this book, and look, so this is for us that have been watching this book, and like we've been on this book from day one. So think about it. The average graded sale for a 9.8 for this book, the most highest graded sale was $1,759.95. And that was back in May 2021. $1,759.95 for a 9.8. That's almost $2,000. Yes. That's almost $2,000, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how hot this book was just last year. So if you can get this book for $811, man, God bless you. Get it. Get it. Now's the time. Now is definitely the right time, man. So we've got 709 raw copies that have been sold and 375 graded copies that sold for a total of 1,084 copies sold thus far. Fair market value has this book resting at $843. Comic book community, strike while the iron is cold. Perfect buying opportunity. Number 9, from Boom Studios, Something is Killing the Children, issue number 1. And keep your eye out for that Jenny Frison cover B. Yes, it's on the move too. And leave a comment in the comment section. I actually think cover B has been underrated for quite some time. Tell me what you think. Let's chop it up. Leave a comment in the comment section. All right, so we're going to move on. Number 8. This book was published by Marvel. The title is Avengers, issue number 684. And it is the first appearance of the Immortal Hulk. Yes. It was released on March 14th, 2018. Last recorded sale for a graded 9.8 of this book was $174. And that was back in January 2022. So again, not that long ago. And with all, the hype centered around Mark Ruffalo doing a bang-up job with the Incredible Hulk, and the fact that, he's made it onto this modern streaming service. He done teamed up with his cousin, She-Hulk. Marvel may use this series to introduce the Immortal Hulk. Is a strong possibility that Marvel could use She-Hulk streaming series to introduce Immortal Hulk. We never know. All possibilities there. All arrows point to. So it doesn't hurt to grab this book. And like I said, last recorded sale for this book in a 9.8 was $174. This book is currently up 0.43%. So I'm not the only person thinking like this. A lot of people see this information. They see what's going on, and they're speculating, and there's a strong possibility that we could see Immortal Hulk get pulled up to the surface, right? Graded sale for an average graded sale for a 9.8 is $172. That's not a bad buy-in for a 9.8, right? And me personally, I like the Immortal Hulk. I love the Immortal Hulk series, man. I think it's phenomenal. Average sale for a raw copy, $40.49. $40.50 if you want to round it up. $40.50. And the highest known sale for a graded copy of a 9.8 was back in 2019. And someone paid $300 for a 9.8. Which again, even back then, still's not bad. And remember, when the Immortal Hulk first came out, it was making a lot of heat. It was making a lot of noise, man. Right? And then we just had the Immortal Hulk series with Alex Ross and Joe Bennett and all of them. They were killing it, man. They're killing it. Right? So definitely worth looking at. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. And fair market value for this book is resting at $172. We got 1,279 raw copies sold thus far, right? And we've got 356 graded copies. People are purchasing this book. Members of the comic book community are on this book. Yes, so don't miss out. Don't miss the opportunity. And there's a total of 1,635 copies sold thus far. So don't miss out on this book. Ruffalo and his and the people from Marvel have teamed up with these streaming services. Listen, and you know that we are going to see a Hulk movie coming soon too. We're definitely going to see an Incredible Hulk movie coming soon. Maybe the Incredible Hulk, maybe the Immortal Hulk. We just don't know which one, but it's coming. They just got to gather themselves. Once Marvel get their feet up on it, yeah, trust me, they're going to sneak them in there. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, number 8, Avengers, issue number 684, first appearance of the Immortal Hulk. Don't sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Don't sleep. All right. Coming in at number 7, another Marvel book. This book was released August 1st, 1992, and I am talking about Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 365, the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Yes. Everybody knows that Miguel Herrera is coming back to the Spider-Verse sequel. So we all know that already. So basically, it just makes sense for us to grab this book, right? It just makes sense. Add this to the collection before it's too late. Add this book to your collection before it's too late. Cut and dry. Simple as that, right? Key factor to this book, first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $26, and that was back in January 29th, 2099. This book is currently trending up at 7.67%. Steady gains. People are watching. People are waiting. People know what's about to happen. They know it's coming, right? Now, the beautiful thing about this book is that you could get a graded 9.6 for about $157. The 9.8 hasn't even surfaced. It's been a minute since we heard from the 9.8. And the 9.8 went for a pretty decent price, right? So to catch a 9.6 for $157 is not a bad buy. The average raw sale for this book is $26.15. I myself have purchased a few raw copies of this book, and I've got them for about 15 to 20 bucks, right? So that's just right on point. The highest known graded sale for this book in a 9.8 was back in April 2021, where this book sold for $629.99. Yes. $629.99 for 9.8. So that's saying something, ladies and gentlemen. This book is on the move once again. There's movement. And people believe in this character. And we think there's more to come. You know, not just the cameo appearances, not just showing up and disappearing, but there's going to be some staying power. There's some staying power with Spider-Man 2099. Definitely. Definitely get behind this book. The numbers don't lie. We've got 3,248 raw copies that have been sold in this book. And we've got 835 graded copies for a total of 4,083 copies. That was just me whistling. Yeah. Nice gains. Definitely. All right. Fair market value rests on this book at $157. This book is definitely worth adding to your collection. So make sure you grab it before it's too late. All right. Moving right along at a steady pace. Let's talk about number 6. Number 6 is also a Marvel book, and it was released May 22nd, 2019, right? People may not like them, but we all know Miles Morales ain't going nowhere. We might as well face it, right? And while Marvel is still trying to figure out how they're going to cast all his counterparts, his friends, and who's going to rock with him, this first full cover appearance of Starling is a must-have. So I'm talking about Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 6. The first full and cover appearance of Starling. Yes. Definitely worth having. See, Marvel's got to figure out who's going to be Miles Morales' supporting cast. When they do that, then we're going to get his movie. But for now, look at all these characters that are popping up in this Miles Morales Spider-Man series and think of the possibilities. Who is going to be where? Think back when Peter Parker, Amazing Spider-Man, was first coming up, the first time you heard about the Sinister Six. The first time Rhino stepped on the scene. The first time you heard from the Shocker. The first time Electro came. Listen, it's happening all over again. It's happening all over again. Trust me when I tell you, pay attention to Miles. A lot of people might not dig him, but he ain't going nowhere, man. Well, if he is going somewhere, he ain't going nowhere but up. So make sure you're there when he blows, man, because he's going to definitely go. All right? The last recorded sale for a raw copy in this book was $69.99. That is not bad. This book is currently trending upward, 5.88%. 5.88%. Steady movement, upward, in an upward motion. Means you got to get this book before it gets too late. It's going to keep going up. I can definitely see raw copies of this book going for $100. Yes, I could definitely see that, right? Average graded sale for this book in a 9.8 is $198. The average raw sale for this book is $63.24. But again, this book's steady moving upward. It's trending upward. So it is going to go, and I can tell you, and again, I can definitely see this book going for $100 raw. Easy, right? The highest known graded copy in a 9.8 sold for $249 back in July 2021. Yes, absolutely. Total copies sold, 849 copies so far. 706 raw and 143 graded. Yeah, it's gone. It's going to move. Listen, I'm telling you, the younger generation is fueling this book. They're pushing this book, man. This is their Spider-Man. I'm going to rock with them. It's hard to swim against the current, man. It's hard to swim against the current. You better act like you know. Yeah. Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 6, a must-have for your collection. Grab it before it's too late. We are halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go, right, before we continue on, let me stop for a second, take the time. Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you to all our new subscribers. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing to the channel. And definitely hit the like button because it helps us in the long run. I really enjoy sharing this type of content with you guys. I appreciate all that you guys do for the channel. Every time you guys leave comments in the comment section, I do my best to answer everybody with real comments. You know what I mean? I do my best, right? So I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. And I don't take it for granted. I know I couldn't do this without you guys. All right? So thank you very much. You know. Good vibes only. That's how we living, man. I love my hobby. So let's get back at it. Now, this book, published by Marvel. It was released April 30th, 2014. It is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1. First cameo appearance of Silk. Oh, you have to know. You have to know. With all of this Spider-Verse this and Spider-Verse that going on, you got second-tier Spider-Man characters. They've been dominating the market, right? All the second-tier Spider-Man characters have been dominating the market. You got ASM 365 has constantly been moving, right? It's been at the top of Go Collect for a long time. ASM 365, constantly moving. And it's always been on the hot list, so it's only fair that people pay attention to Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, first cameo appearance of Silk, because she's a part of that Spider-Verse too. She's a part of the spiders, so she's bound to pop up. She's bound to pop up. You got Amazon. Amazon is currently in the process of producing a TV series for Silk. Think about it. Yes, that's going to be fire. That's going to be fire. How long have we been waiting for Silk? So we got Amazon in production, right? We got Amazon producing the TV series of Silk. And if the series is a success, like we know it will be, off to the races. She's gone. To the moon, Alice. She's gone. Near mint copies of Amazing Spider-Man and all of that, gone. Pew, right? Last recorded sale for a raw copy in this book was $54.99. That was back in January 2020, January 29th, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm making this video January 20th. So just yesterday, a copy of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, first cameo appearance of Silk, sold for $59.99 in a raw copy. That's a recent sell. That's very recent. That just goes to show you, excuse me, again, this book is on the move. People are thinking about this book. The comic book community believes in this character. They've also read what Amazon is doing. They've speculated that this book is going to do well, and they're trying to get in front of it. This book is currently trending upward, right? Major gains, 32.75%. Yes, this book is on the move. It's like Flash Gordon. It's out of here, right? Graded sales average for this book in a 9.8 is $123. Excuse me. $123 for a 9.8, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to be honest with you. I'm going to be absolutely transparent. I'm going to try to get my hands on a 9.8. For $123, that's a must-have. That's a no-brainer. The first cameo appearance of Silk, you add that to my collection, and I've already got like 2 or 3 copies of the first full appearance of Silk. Yeah, I need this in my collection. I need this in my life. Yeah, I'm excited for Silk. It's been a long time coming, right? Average sale for a raw copy in this book is about $30.99. The highest known graded copy in a 9.6 sold for $389.99 for a 9.6. The 9.8 hasn't even surfaced yet, and we're waiting for that. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the asking price is for the 9.8, right? And this was back in August 2019. So quite a few years have passed. I'm going to do a little more digging and see what I can find. What was the last graded sell for 9.8 in this book? See if I can locate it and share that with the people. But the average raw, the total number of raw copies that have sold thus far, 951. And there's been 92 graded copies that sold up until this point as well, for a grand total of 1,043 copies sold thus far. And the fair market value has this book resting at $123 in a 9.8. We need that. We need that, ladies and gentlemen. That's definitely worth adding to the collection. So make sure you get your hands on this book before it's too late, before Amazon sets that movie out right. All right? Let's keep going. At number 4, sticking to that same theme. We talking about the spiders. We all into the spiders right now, right? This is a sleeper pick right here. So pay attention. This is my sleeper pick. You're going to be like, C3, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. Yo, pay attention. Don't sleep, man. Right? With all the commotion surrounded it, with the No Way Home and the Across the Spider-Verse, all that stuff, this might open the door for the female Spider-Verse spinoff. And I'm talking about Spider-Woman Alpha, issue number 1. With all the female spiders in there. Yeah. This book was released back in April 6, 2016. Last recorded sale for this book and a raw copy was $19.99. And that was just recently, back in January 28th, 2022. So a couple of days ago. Again, movement with this book. It's a sleeper pick. Pay attention. There are a lot of opportunities here with this Spider-Verse thing. And I know at one point we were like, yo, there's just too many spiders. But these spiders are going to serve purpose. And these are all the main spiders. You know what I mean? It has all the original Spider-Women in there. It's got Jessica Drew. It's got Spider-Gwen. It's got Silk. What more can you ask for? Right? There's a strong possibility that Across the Spider-Verse can open the doorway for the female Spider-Verse to spin out through that. All right, so keep your eye on this book. This book is currently trending upward at 0.77%. The average graded sale for 9.8 in this book is also $123. The average sale for a raw copy in this book is $21.46. The highest known graded sale in a 9.8 for this book is an easy $144.99, and that was back in December 2021. We had 197 raw copies that were sold in this book, and we've had 19 graded copies for this book that was sold. That's for a total of 216 copies sold in this book. And I don't know if you know this or not, ladies and gentlemen, but this one definitely has spider potential. So don't sleep on this book. Make sure you add this book to your collection before it gets too far ahead of us. Definitely add this book to your collection before it's too late. All right? Fair market value has this book resting at $123 in a 9.8. That's an excellent point price to buy in. Price points for buying. Excellent. All right? It's my sleeper pick. Spider-Woman Alpha, issue number 1. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Down to our last 3, right? Now, this book, I give this book 5 stars. And I give this book 5 stars because we've seen this book so many times and we're like, what are they going to do with that? How is that ever going to work? Right? But this book is coming to us by way of Marvel. It was released back in March 1st, 1986. And this book is titled The Mighty Thor, issue number 365. And it is the first full appearance of Throg. Yes. Yes. And you know Throg made a cameo appearance back on Loki, right? So you can't possibly think that that's the last time we're going to see Throg, right? Because he fits the Disney blueprint, right? He's family friendly. He's wholesome. He's a funny character. Listen, I think he'll be back. And most importantly, I'm not the only one who feels like that, right? Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $10. And that was back in January 2021. So again, probably like a week ago. Current trend for this book is up 16.50%. The average graded sell for a 9.6. We don't have any of that data yet because this book has just started to catch legs. It's just starting to move. So that's why I got to keep my eye on this book. But here's some information for you, right? He could easily become the next Baby Yoda, Grogu, right? Or even Rocket Raccoon. He's just that lovable type of character. He's that putty, that clay type of a character that can just be molded into a household name, right? And he's just perfect for it. And here's more information that we have to have too. And is that, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there are only 18 CGC 9.8 copies on the census. 18. That makes this book a must-have. 18 copies, ladies and gentlemen. Investors aren't sending this book in. But I know there are copies out there. The average sale for a raw copy in this book is $12.37. The highest known graded sale for this book in a raw copy was $75, and that was back in July 2021. This book is worth investing in, ladies and gentlemen. 205 raw copies have sold so far. We're still waiting on that data for these graded copies. Yes, it's still a great opportunity to buy. I love the price point on this book. $10? Oh, I'm around for that. $10? Let me get 5 copies. You know what? I'm going to ball out. Let me get 10 copies of that. Let me get 10 copies of that. Throw them in the back, right? This is a beautiful book to invest in. So don't sleep on this book. I gave this book 5 stars for opportunity, for growth, right? It's a beautiful, excellent, it's just excellent for buying right now. So keep your eye out for that. The Mighty Thor, issue number 365, first full appearance of Throg. It can happen, ladies and gentlemen. It can definitely happen. All right, coming in at number 2, this book also is by Marvel. And pay attention, Kevin Feige has proven that he's not afraid to show our Marvel superheroes can fatally wound somebody or kill bad guys. Kevin Feige has proven that he don't got a problem with it, right? He put it on the big screen. Like those last few what ifs we got, Falcon, Winter Soldier, the series, like there were some fatalities in those movies. So Feige already proved like he ain't afraid to put it on the screen. So this is why I think The Punisher issue number 218 is perfect for number 2 on this list. It was released it was released on November 15th, 2017. And it is the first appearance of Punisher as War Machine. And it's got this beautiful Clayton Crane cover, if I do say so myself. Right? So here we have the Punisher as War Machine. Yeah, I think it'll happen. We need the Punisher. And we got to pay. Look, check this out. We saw Charlie Cox as Daredevil, right? We saw the Kingpin and Hawkeye. So it is very possible that we could see John Bernthal's Punisher. He might appear in the streets of New York. Who knows? There's a possibility. The Punisher may pop up in them New York streets. Yeah, that would be dope. How dope would that be? How dope would that be if the Punisher pops up? And you know when he pop up, things just pop off. So, yeah, it can happen. Last recorded sale for this book in a 9.8 was $450. Again, another recent sale back in January 2022, just a couple of days ago. Someone paid $450 for a 9.8 in this book. It's very reasonable for us to think that John Bernthal's Punisher might show his face on them New York City streets. This book is currently trending up at 0.81%. Graded sales average for a 9.8, $433. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Average sale for a raw copy is $38.54. So if you can get your hands on a raw copy that's in excellent condition and send that in and get it graded and it comes back at a 9.8, come on, my flippers already know. That's all profit. That's all profit. The highest known graded copy for a 9.8, $450. And that was back in January 26th of 2022. Again, seemed like yesterday. 289 raw copies sold, with 25 graded copies that have been sold thus far, with a total of 314 copies sold. And fair market value has this book resting at $433. A beautiful price point for buy-in. $433. And I'm almost certain that if you just contact the seller and just talk to him, reason, negotiate, be humble, don't be disrespectful, ask. You know, I'm very interested in purchasing your book. I was wondering if you will accept my gracious offer of, and just wait and see what they say. And if they don't come back saying what you need them to say or what you want them to say, just gratefully say thank you. I appreciate your time. If you're really interested, counter offer. Okay, what about try to meet them halfway? Listen, I love the negotiation dance. I enjoy it, man. I get a kick out of it. I think that's the rush, man. I think that's what grabs me. You know? I just enjoy that. It's part of the hobby. I really do. I think that's what I like. I like negotiating for these books. They just be calling me, man. The Punisher, issue number 218, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get it and add it to your collection before it's too late, before he pop up on them New York streets, man. All right. Here we go. Coming in at number 1. I know you guys are excited. I know you've been waiting. All right? So I'm not going to hold you up. This book is coming from Marvel. I've heard everybody talking about everything else, but ain't nobody talking about this book. Why? I don't know. I'm going to talk about it, though. Doctor Strange, issue number 169. Yes. This book was released June 1st, 1968. This is a relatively expensive book, ladies and gentlemen. Strange Tales 110 may be out of a lot of people's reach, right? And seeing as how Tony Stark's and Iron Man are no longer around in the MCU, in my opinion, that makes Doctor Strange the new big homie. I dig Doctor Strange. I like him. Stephen Strange is the truth, man. Cocky, confident. Cocky, confident. Can he? He's a little bit of both, man. Mostly cocky, but extremely confident. I like him. He's the new big homie. We got the new movie coming out, Multiverse of Madness. Listen, I respect it. Doctor Strange. First solo series title. Last recorded sale for this book in a 5.5 was $540. And that was on January 29, 2022. $540 for a graded 5.5, right? This book is currently trending up at 0.19%. Graded average sale for this book in an 8.5 is $824. It's not horrible. I mean, it's going to cost you. It's a Silver Age book. You're talking about Silver Age goodness here, right? So it's definitely going to cost you something, but it's worth adding to your collection. And you want to get it while the getting's good, right? Because this book is going to continue to trend up. Silver Age books normally continue to go up in value, right? Raw copies for this book go for, upon average, about $512. And if you guys remember, just recently, I just purchased one of these books in a raw copy, and I paid about that much. So on average, you're looking to spend about $500 for a raw copy of a mid-grade, and that's not bad at all, you know. And having the opportunity to send that in and get it CGC'd, and will continue to add value to that book, right? Get it pressed, clean, and slab to add a little more value to it, and also to keep it safe in the collection, you know, for those of us who just keep books around. Yeah, my wife doesn't like that, but it's all good. Right? Highest known graded copy sold in this book in a 9.8 was back in November 2020. That book sold for a mean $10,800. I like that. I like that. There has been 492 raw copies that have sold in this book, and there has been 322 graded copies that have sold. Total copies sold for this book, 814 copies sold thus far, right? And fair market value has this book resting at $824. And again, I say, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how Iron Man is gone, I don't know if Tony Stark is going to make an appearance in these new Avengers movies yet. I know there's a lot of speculation, but until then, in my mind, Stephen Strange is the new big homie. And I dig him, right? So get your hands on this book before it's too late. Silver Age goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely worth adding to the collection. All right? So listen. That's all I have for us today. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you again for all your love and your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right? I'll see you guys next time. You know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, please, always keep it comics. I'll see you guys next video.